Hey everybody, this is Rachel, and I want to come on here today and talk about the Aquarius full moon that's coming on August 1st. Now, Aquarius is an air sign. They're the last sign of the air signs. They are ruled by Uranus, and they are known to be a rebel. They're known to be intelligent. They're known to shake things up wherever they go. They're extremely funny, and they also have this desire, whether they'll tell you or not, to save the world. Think of Ellen, think of Oprah. They are both Aquariuses. They are unique. They love their independence. And this full moon, as all full moons are, it will illuminate that sign and themes related to that sign. The 11th house is ruled by Aquarius as well. So we may see some themes with friendships, with social, not so much justice, but social, like charities, giving, being more giving in society. And you may see those themes in your life. You might start working on a charity. You might think about, contributing to a charity, fundraiser, that sort of thing. So other themes with Aquarius, they can be detached emotionally. So a full moon in the sign of Aquarius isn't necessarily a comfortable full moon. It's not super high energy, super high emotion. It's kind of a more relaxed full moon, I think. But there can also be some conflicting emotions with Aquarius and a full moon involved. So I think what we can expect is people may feel like their emotions might be a little more repressed than usual. We might have to dig a little deeper. You might be feeling things that you can't really explain. You can't access your emotions as easily when it comes to Aquarius being involved with a full moon. Now, when it comes to endings, which is also a theme of a full moon, you may see some friendships that you need to re-examine coming to the forefront of your mind. And you might decide to either talk about it, emotionally charged, conversations can happen with friends around this full moon specifically. I think we might be able to think a little more logically this full moon because this is an air sign, and that could be in our favor for sure. I really like Aquarius full moons. They always come around August, and I actually got married on an Aquarius full moon in 2021. So fun fact. I'm going to go down the list, as I always do, and touch on every sign and what this full moon might bring your way. So, I have my little cheat sheet because I always have a cheat sheet. Aries, your 11th house actually is going to be affected by this. So you are definitely going to feel this in the way of your friendships might be changing. You might be more social. You might be emotionally charged to have those hard conversations with friends that you didn't think about before or didn't have the nerve to speak about. And enough is enough. It's time to have that talk. You might have to cut off those friends that are draining you of energy. And you may start a new charity yourself. Taurus, your 10th house is affected by this full moon. So the 10th house rules career. So you might be seeing some career changes. You might be getting your resume ready for a new job. You might be ending a job. Full moons are endings, new moons are beginnings. So you might be seeing a new boss, seeing some new coworkers. You might be taking on a new role within your company that you already work within. So get your resume ready. And this is my cat. Her name is Little Cat. Quite literally, that is her name. And she's joining the party today. And I am not sure what sign she is, but I would love to know. She was a stray, so. All right, Gemini. Your 9th house is going to be affected by this full moon. So that means you might be studying abroad. You might be taking long distance trips. You might be planning for long distance trips. You might have just come back from a long distance trip that you have really felt changed you inside, maybe expanded your horizons. You might be exploring new cultures. You might be exploring new spiritual practices as well and studying new spiritual practices because the 9th house rules spirituality as well. And philosophy. You might be taking on a new philosophy. Cancer, your 8th house is affected, so you might be delving deeper into your emotions this full moon. Cancer, that's nothing new for you. You're, we all know an emotional sign. So, and the moon rules you, so you always feel the transitioning of the moon every day. You feel every sign that it goes through every 2 days or so, whenever it changes signs. And you know, this is nothing new to you. You like that heavy energy, you're used to it, you hold it well. So Cancer, your 8th house, you might be exploring your sexuality, might be buying some lingerie, might be spicing up your, you know, your repertoire whenever it comes to sex. And that's okay, because we don't talk about sex enough, and I think it should be a little less serious. You might be having some fun with that. You might be delving into some new mystical practices. You might read something and be really inspired spiritually, mystically. You might go get some Reiki. You might start doing Reiki on yourself. So that's it for you, Cancer. Leo, your 7th house of relationships. So you're the opposing sign of the full moon. So Aquarius and Leo always sit opposite each other. So you might feel some tension in your relationships. You might, particularly of all the signs, be you and Aquarius very affected by this full moon. You might see some relationships end. You might see them, you know, you might begin planning for going to the next level with someone. So that's always possible too. You might have an emotional outburst. So be careful how you communicate with your lover right now, because you don't want to mess that up without some deep thought. Virgo, your 6th house of career, of pets. My little girl over here, I'm gonna pan over. Of pets and of your health and your day-to-day hobbies and day-to-day, not so much hobbies, day-to-day chores is more like it, is affected by this full moon. So you might see an increase in work, at home. You might have some things that are mundane and annoying that you don't want to do, but you just got to get them done. And this might be the time to get it done at this full moon. Your pets might need a little extra love. You might be taking them to the vet. You might be getting a new pet. So that's always fun. You might be thinking about that. Libra, your 5th house is affected. I literally have a hair on my lip. And you all saw that. Libra, your 5th house of romance and creativity in children is affected by this full moon. So you might have some conflict with your children. You might make plans, and she's just cleaning herself, so we're gonna pan back over here. You might be making plans with your children. You might be seeing your children a little bit more. You might be planning to have children. You might be planning a new creative project to start. You might be finishing a creative project and starting thinking about a new one in the future. You could also see a new romance come along, Libra, because 5th house rules romance as well. You might go on a hot date. So buy the dress, get the shoes, get it on. Scorpio, your 4th house. So your home is ruled by the 4th house. You might be making improvements on your home. You might be doing some decorating. You might be doing some renovating. You might be doing construction on your house. You might be buying a new house or moving. So Scorpio, pack your bags, pack your boxes, because you're going to possibly be buying a new house. You also, mom is there. Mom is highlighted in the 4th house. So mom and mothering, you may need to do some self-care. You might need to care for mom a little bit more than you have in the past. You might need your help. You might need her help. Sagittarius, your 3rd house is affected. So communication can be tough for you right now. You might be heated. Not new for you. You are a hothead, Sag. Quit lying. I see you, Sagittarius. So your 3rd house of communication is affected. You might be more likely out of the group to say things that you don't mean, open your mouth, insert your foot, and regret it later. So definitely take care and communicate effectively, which might not be easy for you right now, but take time to think before you speak. And it's usually not easy for you. Capricorn, your 2nd house of money is going to be affected by this full moon. So you might see an increase in your income. You might see a decrease in your income. You might have to check on those accounts a little more often. You might have forgotten about a credit card that you need to pay off, and now you got to find that money and scramble somehow. Your security is also ruled in the 2nd house. So it's quite possible that you might change your passwords, change your locks, get a new camera, get that Ring camera going. Aquarius, your 1st house, this is in your sign, man. Hey, you're going to be very affected by this full moon. You might feel a little more moody than usual, and you are uncomfortable with that emotional energy, Aquarius. I understand. So this too shall pass. But definitely take time to feel your emotions. Take time to journal about them, meditate on them, because you know, you're not an emotional sign and it can be tough for you to do that. And now is a good time because those emotions are going to come up to the surface for you. Same thing for Pisces. Oh, and for Aquarius, you might be thinking about taking on a new diet, exercise regimen, working on your health, working on your appearance, working on your self-philosophy and how you show yourself off to the world. And that's always good to do some self-improvement and reflection. Pisces, like I was going to say, the 12th house is affected for you. So you also can kind of have like some subconscious, unconscious stuff come to the surface in your dreams, in your visions, in your meditation, in your journaling. You might have some deep revelations popping up there. So pay attention to what's bubbling up right now and take extra time to do some extra meditation and extra journaling. Get some extra sleep. You might be extra exhausted. Now I'm just going to go on a little tangent here at the end. I don't usually do this. I want to reflect back and also add in that this full moon is opposing the sun, which it always is, but it's also squaring Jupiter with the sun. So it forms a T square. So it's like a big triangle of red in the sky. It's not always fun. This can cause extra tension, extra just like emotional energy, especially with Jupiter involved. Jupiter blows up everything that it touches, expands everything it touches. So with Jupiter involved, you know, emotions are kind of going to go haywire. Emotional regulation isn't at its best with a square ever to Jupiter. So be aware that you might be more extreme than usual, a little more dramatic than usual. And, you know, it's okay for now and it will pass. So if you feel a little crazy, sorry for the, you know, the unwoke word there. But if you're feeling a little wild and crazier than usual, a little uncontrolled, uninhibited, you know why. I warned you. So also Mercury is opposite Saturn right now. And when that, with this aspect, you can see kind of like brain drain. You know, you can't think as clearly as you normally would. Your ideas and thoughts are kind of jumbled because Saturn slows everything down. So you might not be able to think as quick on your feet as you usually can. And a motorcycle outside, I just heard it go by. Anyways, this can be a challenging aspect to have. It won't last super, super long. It'll be a couple of days, possibly a week. And right now, this can cause some conflict. You might not say what you mean. You might have a hard time getting the words out. So just know that communication can be a little muffled right now. But that is all. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe to Rachel Loves Astrology. Find me, I have a blog on my website, rachellovesastrology.com. I have a Facebook, I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, and just find me out there and give me a little like, check out my videos and such that I've been doing. I've been working, trying to get this, you know, this information out there for you guys. So I hope that you find it helpful. Have a great week.